Hello there. I wanted to record this little video in honor of Hair Loss Day and give you guys some of my research and um, area. So, quick background: I was dealing with a lot of hair damage and loss over the last 3 years, significantly in the last 2 years. Um, a lot of breakage, processing, just not taking good care of my hair, and a lot of bleach. And in the last 3, that's changed, and it's finally growing back. I had just straw and at my shoulders, and had to chop it off. And have a traumatic story of why that happened, or some really ailment or sickness. I don't take light at all, and their bravery, as well as their strength to persevere and not be as vain as I feel at times in those last few years, as I was complaining so much about it. But your hair, of course, you wear, it's not supposed to come off, and it's something that we take pride in, and as well as our bodies. I really believe that health and and guideline to life is, protecting and honoring this temple. So maintain it and keep it healthy and have real. In light of that, I wanted to share in this National Awareness of Hair Loss Day how common hair conditions are. And the most common hair loss cause is genetic, and therefore aging. We get to an age where our family and parents kind of pass down a gene that for their and us. So mixed in with that is just the aging process. About 80 million Americans, men and women, deal with hair loss. Even the autoimmune disorders and of course post chemo don't get their hair back. That's outside of those numbers. So I'm just talking about your general hair loss that isn't diagnosed within the scope of an autoimmune or severe, medical condition post chemo, such as that. So it's really, and of course, because of that, it's been in the beauty industry, something that's been poured into with a lot of and trying to find solutions. A lot of scientists, a lot of researchers, a lot of MDs trying to find solutions to this. If you don't already take supplements or use any special treatment plans or products or anything like that, maybe you've thought about it, I would encourage you to research it. You can follow me and see some of my before and after results in the last 3 months since I found a solution for me on Instagram at Jacqueline Rose AZ Life. Go ahead and look up that if you want to find some more, if you story. Where I was a few years ago, where I was a few months ago, and then of course the comparison to now side photos there. So go ahead and check that out. But if you don't already take supplements or try anything, research it for sure. That's what I did. And I did for years. I'd done thyroid causes. I was trying to make sure my levels were researched. In fact, there instantly works. Clinical trials and such. That might help a little. Desperate and trying to find a solution, and I want to talk about a supplement I started using. And this is it's called S3. I did start using their products 3 months ago to try and regrow my hair. I did a lot of research on the ingredients because I was told it's a naturally based product. I wanted to make no chemicals, no toxins, no sulfates. It doesn't. It just fix one problem and create another. And so after I confirmed that, I tried it, and I actually didn't like it at first. Prior to using Monat, I was even using like Redken, and I was using a lot of like sulfate dense shampoos. So when you're transitioning, that's an awkward stage, and it's ultimately, cleaning with something naturally based isn't going to feel very clean at first. But it took a few weeks, and I felt like it was cleaning my hair, but I was like, well, I'm still not seeing regrowth. I'm still losing a lot of hair in the shower and such. So I started taking the supplements, and these, when you're looking for a supplement, don't just go get vitamin E or a whole supplement like that, which is based on a bunch of compounds, but taking the parts out of it that are for hair. So tocotrienols are what are inside of vitamin E. It's a chemical compound inside vitamin E that helps hair growth, and it's actually research shows its efficacy and effectiveness of growing hair. So I'm gonna plug you in. I think my phone's dying. So getting a supplement would be what I would recommend. They're found naturally in foods you digest and eat, dark leafy greens, almonds. If you aren't diet and you want to add tocotrienols to you can have this in kind of a mix-in form of a supplement. It's inside of these, not to mention also MSM and active aloe, but the tocotrienols are the key ingredient there that is helping from the inside out strengthen and help adhere that hair follicles doesn't fall out. Whereas what tocotrienols get rid of antioxidants, it's antioxidant dense, so it's basically help killing off and getting rid of that. Essentially, if there's a lot of free radicals, they're suggested of cancer causes, aging, effects on your skin and hair, is the suppleness of your skin and your hair, same idea. So getting rid of free radicals is a concept in anti-aging for hair and skin. So that's their purpose as a supplement for your hair and nails, all of the above. At the same time, I used some intensive repair treatments and sprays. Actually, I recently started some of those. In the beginning, it was really just the supplement and then a shampoo and conditioner. And only this last month, I've started using like a spray that goes right onto the scalp. All the while, not just the tocotrienols helping me internally from the inside out, but on the outside, I want to actually have shinier, healthier, cleaner hair, low maintenance hair. Wash my hair once or twice a week. That's it. The rest of the days, I just rinse it in the shower. I want to try to get to each layer of my hair, hydrate it better. I also want to try to wake up any dormant hair follicles. So when I was losing so much hair, ultimately follicles are empty, right? You lost the hair. Is it growing back? You should be looking for, baby hair growth and trying to grow your hair back. You'll see those, baby hairs popping out. And so the other part I found to be helpful, it's different than all the salon products I was trying, is that it's actually clinically trialed and proven to help with hair growth in laboratory testing. So I looked at these clinical trials. I looked at their efficacy for not losing hair. It didn't cause loss. I looked at its manageability tests. I wanted to know that I wasn't putting anything harmful in. There are some essential oils that are infused with their patented, essentially, is small enough molecularly to go through the layers of your hair and get into your hair follicle and help waken up those dormant hair follicles. So if you're dealing with, and you have been receding hairline or balding for years and years, those hair follicles are probably not going to get woken back up. If it's been more recent or maybe it's receding, you can get some of that growth back. But you got to be reasonable with what your expectations are. And at this point, it was a couple of years of hair loss that was progressive. I knew I could probably try to wake up and then re-stimulate those hair follicles and get the growth back. So this is my story. This is my plan. This is what I did for I've been super excited and happy with the results. Everybody's different. Something you should look into and research for yourself. If you want to see any more of my story, I told you where you can find me again. Jacqueline Rose AZ Jacqueline Rose AZ Life on Instagram. I post a lot of other health and wellness things there, just as like this YouTube channel. Injury prevention, athletic training is my um, certification and license, so I continue posting and sharing injury prevention tips and wellness on there. But this hair loss has been close to my heart and obviously an issue I connect to, relate to. And because it's National Hair Loss Day, I wanted to get on here and tell you my story and what's worked for me. And let you find out and research it for yourself. Again, it's a super common issue, and luckily we have scientists and people trying to develop better problems and help the people that are dealing with hair loss all over the world. And hopefully this is becoming something that's less so. Of those 80 million, I know there are 1 million customers with Monat. I got an email saying that the other day, so I thought that's interesting. And it's only a few years old, which is something I look for. Been around for enough years, but more importantly, they were using products outside the US prior, and now it's all manufactured inside the US, which is also something I look for. I want it distributed in the US, cruelty free. It's something that speaks to me too, and that they promise not to use animal testing. All right, so that's all for today, and rest of your day, and take care of your. All right, bye.